I know you were sleeping on Cole Kmet last week, and I also know you were sleeping on David Montgomery. That's because you weren't listening to me. We've got 5 more bomb daily fantasy sleepers for week 14 coming your way. My quarterback this week, I know you will like this. Kirk Cousins at $6,200, the Vikings big underdogs going on the road to play the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, who are 31st against quarterbacks in fantasy. Yeah, you heard that right. You know the Bucs are going to be stacking the box against Dalvin Cook, leaving one-on-one opportunities for Adam Thielen and rookie sensation Justin Jefferson, who already has 1,000 yards this year. He's had 3 straight games with over 26 fantasy points. I like him here at the bargain of $6,200. Scooting on down to wide receiver, I've got 2 coming your way. The first one is a name you may or may not know. Tim Patrick, wide receiver for the Denver Broncos at $4,200. Carolina is 27th in the league against wide receivers in fantasy, and Patrick had a breakout game against the Chiefs last week, and back-to-back games over 19 fantasy points. He's been Drew Luck's go-to guy, as Jerry Jeudy has regressed to the mean, and he's a steal at $4,200. My other wideout, Corey Davis, a little more expensive at $5,700. But the Tennessee Titans are playing against a Jacksonville defense that's not that good, and definitely not that good against the pass. Jacksonville is 30th against wide receivers in fantasy, and Davis popped off for 182 yards and a touchdown last week against Cleveland. This is a prime spot for him to have another breakout game. Maybe not 29 fantasy points like last week, but 20 wouldn't be out of the question. At running back, I've got all eyes on the New York Jets. Yes, you heard that right. Ty Johnson at running back. Frank Gore left last week's game with a concussion. Johnson should get the majority of the carries against a Seahawks defense that ranks 28th against fantasy running backs. They expect points to be scored in this game, and the Jets obviously scored almost enough points to win that game over the Raiders last week. Almost. Want a little litmus test for how Johnson could fare this week? Against the Seahawks last week, Wayne Gallman, the Giants running back, had 16 carries for $135 in their win. And truth be told, he can do a lot of things, but Adam Gase can't royally screw up a play call for the running backs. At $4,700, I like Johnson on the cheaper end of the scale. And to round out our top 5, I'm rolling with the hot hand for tight end. Dolphins tight end Mike Gesicki. $4,500, but a monster game last week against the Bengals and touchdowns in back-to-back games. The Dolphins offense is clicking, and the Chiefs are 25th in the league against tight ends in fantasy. I think he'll be good for some red zone targets. I'm Courtney Fallon. Those are my fantasy sleepers. Who are you guys targeting this week? Hit me up, reply in the comments, and we'll check your progress next week. Enjoy your week 14.